911, what's your emergency?
Podcast disclaimer. Discretion is advised. These stories are based on real-life EMS and first responder experiences. Calls are real. Providers are real. Names and details have been changed to protect privacy. Any medical discussion is personal experience, not protocol. Use your damn brain, follow your local guidelines, and when in doubt, call mid-control. If you're struggling, don't do it alone. Talk to someone. A coworker, a friend, a therapist. Or hell, reach out to me. Need help right now? Text or call 988 or visit 988lifeline.org. They see the lights, they hear the sirens, but they don't see the ones waiting at home, the ones holding their breath while we're out, the ones who catch us when the uniform finally hits the floor. This episode isn't just about the chaos we run into, it's about the people who keep us standing when the chaos comes home. The wives, husbands, kids, parents, friends, and the partners on shift who knew when to crack a joke and when to just sit in the silence. Because let's be honest, without them, most of us wouldn't have made it this far. We like to tell ourselves we can compartmentalize, that we can slam the door on a call, walk into the house, and act like it didn't just happen. But families, they see through it. Spouses notice the way we stare too long at the wall when the kids are laughing. They hear it in our voice when we say, "I'm fine." They know the difference between tired and haunted. And kids, they see everything. They might not understand the blood or the trauma or why mom or dad looks wrecked after a shift. But they notice. Sometimes they even say it out loud. Like the night my daughters told their friends, "My dad's an EMT. He saves people." And I realized in that moment that I wasn't holding it together half as well as I thought. They saw me breaking, and they loved me anyway. Parents feel it too. Mine could always tell when something had gone sideways. A simple, rough night was their way of giving me an out. No details required. The truth is, the ones at home carry part of every call we've ever worked, whether we let them or not. Then there are the partners. Not the wedding ring kind, the bunker seat kind. The ones who've sat shoulder to shoulder through the worst codes, the longest transports, the most awkward silence after losing a patient. They're the ones who've seen us at our best and our absolute worst. There's a bond that forms in that front seat, swapping jokes to keep the exhaustion away or sitting dead quiet after a pediatric call. No family member can quite understand that silence like a partner does. I've had partners who cracked me up in the middle of a body recovery. I've had partners who reached over mid-shift just to say, "You good?" when I didn't even realize I wasn't. And sometimes it's not even the words. It's the way they take the charting when your hands won't stop shaking, or the way they drive slower when they know you need a second to breathe. That's partnership. That's family too. EMS eats people alive, but a good partner can keep you from getting swallowed whole. We're trained to be calm, to keep our shit together when the world is falling apart, but every one of us has broken at some point. For me, it wasn't on scene. It wasn't in front of the patient. It was later, in the kitchen, in the driveway, in the dark, when no one else was supposed to see. And you know who caught me? My wife, my kids, my friends, who refused to let me shut them out. Sometimes the hardest part of this job isn't watching someone die, it's letting someone else see you cry about it later. I've had nights where I walked in, dropped my gear, and just collapsed. And instead of asking questions, my wife just sat next to me. Didn't demand details, didn't need a play-by-play, just presence. That's the kind of support that keeps us alive. Not answers, not fixes, just knowing someone's willing to sit in the wreckage with you. We don't say thank you enough for that. For the spouses and families who know when not to ask, who just sit with us in the quiet. And for the times they do let us unload, when they listen without judgment, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone who wasn't there. That balance. Silence when we need it. Space to vent, scream, or yell when we can't hold it in is what keeps us going, even if or when they do not understand what the fuck we are saying or venting. And then there are the kids, the ones who defend us at home, the ones who tell their friends, "My mom or dad is a medic, my mom or dad is a firefighter, my mom or dad is a police officer, my mom or dad worked a long or hard shift at the hospital, he or she just had a rough shift, give him or her a minute." They don't always understand the calls, but they understand us. And sometimes that's what saves us. I wrote a book called When the Sirens Are Silent, and I wrote it because silence damn near killed me. We don't always notice PTSD when it shows up. It doesn't come with flashing lights or a dispatch tone. Sometimes it sneaks in on a quiet night when you're alone with your thoughts. Sometimes it shows up at the dinner table or at 3 a.m. when the house is finally quiet. It's panic out of nowhere. It's rage that doesn't fit the moment. It's being back on a scene you left years ago, And here's the part that wrecks families. When we come home after a shift, we're not always the same person who left. The job takes little pieces of us, call after call, shift after shift. And it's our families, our partners, our friends who notice the changes first. It takes patience. It takes love. It takes someone willing to say, I know you're not fine, and I'm not going anywhere. That's what the book was about. Not glory, not heroics. Just survival. Because silence is where the demons win. And love, real, stubborn, stand by your side love, is how we claw our way back. The truth is, we don't survive this job alone. Not the way it's built. Behind every medic still showing up for shift, there's someone who's picked up the pieces we've dropped. The ones who carried the weight when we couldn't. The ones who looked us in the eye and reminded us we're human first, responder second. They may never write a call. They may never see the inside of a rig. But make no mistake, they're part of this job. And they deserve the credit for every life we've saved. Because without them, we'd have been long gone. If I could stand at a podium and give a eulogy, not for the ones we lost, but for the ones who kept us alive, this is what I'd say. Thank you to the wives and husbands who carried the silence we brought home, to the kids who loved us even when we weren't fully present, to the parents who heard everything we didn't say, to the friends who dragged us out of the dark, and to the partners who caught us when the job nearly broke us. You may never wear a patch, you may never step into a rig, but you've saved more of us than you'll ever know. So this one's for you, the ones who hold us up, because sometimes the worst calls don't get caught by us, they get caught by you. And if you're listening right now, know this. I'd rather hear your story than read your eulogy. Need support right now? Text or call 988 or visit 988lifeline.org. You're not alone, not in this job, not in this fight. Want to share your story or connect? Visit critical-run.com or message the Facebook page Dispatched and Dysfunctional. We're building this for you, for them, for all of us. I am working on some guest episodes soon. Please stay tuned. Trying to line up guest and surgery seem to keep clashing.